are now going to look at visualizing, how to visualize a percent, and then comparing fractions, decimals, and percentages. Okay, so you would have seen something like this when we did decimals and fractions, right? So this should be something that's not new to us, right? But here we go. So if I'm going to write this as a fraction, this is a hundreds chart, it's out of 100, right? So my denominator is going to be 100. This is a row of 10, 20, 30, and then I'm one short. So I have 39 here, right? So that is my fraction. As a decimal, okay, I have 39 hundredths. And then as a percent, this would be written as 39% because it's out of 100, right? Okay, now when I don't have shapes that equal 100 exactly, 100 pieces, okay, so this is a tens frame, so I know that this is out of 10, and I have, that is going to be 7 out of 10, and I can change this to a fraction out of 100, multiplied by 10, so that's going to be 70, so my decimal is going to be decimal 70, and then my percent is going to be 70%. Okay, what would these ones be? So I just want you to do these on your own. So pause the video, please. All right, so I have the 5 there. So this is multiplied by 20. This is going to be 100. And this is going to be 20 over 100. So my decimal is, I can either write it as 20 hundredths or 0.2, right? Or my percent there is 20%. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are rows of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right? So that would be 25. I have 9 out of 25. I'd multiply top and bottom by 4. So this is going to be equal to 100. And this is 36. So my decimal, 36 there. And this would be 36%. Okay? Hopefully you guys are going to get quite a bit of practice on doing this. All right, now I have just a line here. I just want you to visually just picture, where would you put 50%? Okay, so 50% is going to be halfway. So I would say it is about here, right? All right, so that's about 50% of the line. Where would 20% be? So half of 50%, I'd say, would be here, which would be 25, right? And then it would be a little shy of that. So that's how I estimate where things would go on a number line as well. And then 75% would be halfway in between here and 100%. So I would say it would be about here, 75%. All right, you're going to be expected to do some of this. So always start with the middle and go, okay, well, if I'm going to compare, start with the 50% in the middle. Okay, so comparing numbers. Which one's bigger, half or 47? Well, how do I know? Well, if I change this to 100, right, this would be multiplied by 50. Both top and bottom multiplied by 50, right? So this would be 50 out of 100. So I know that this is going to be 40. This is going to be not 40, 50%. Okay, and so obviously 1/2 is greater than 47%. Now, when we're comparing fractions, percents, and decimals, okay, it's better if we have them all in the same form. Okay, so for this one here, I'm going to change them all to percents. Okay, just because that's what we're working with here. So this would be 73% here. Okay, and then this one, I'm just going to change to 100. So I've multiplied by 20, and this is 60. So I know that this is 60%. Now, if I have to write it from whichever one is the smallest to the biggest, obviously 42% is the smallest. Okay, then 3/5 is next. Then 0.73 is next. Amani got 16 out of 20 on her math test, 19 out of 25 on her science test, and 78% on her history test, which test did she do the best on? So the first thing I always do when I'm looking at a word problem is which test. I need to know exactly what I'm trying to figure out, right? Which test did she do the best on? So and I write a statement, because then I know when I'm filling it in that I've answered the question. She did best on blank test. Okay, because then there's no question, you've put the answer in there and I know that you know what you're talking about. If you just do a bunch of calculations and then leave it, I don't know 100% that you knew what you're talking about. Okay, so I have 16 over 20, and I'm going to change this to 100. So I have multiplied the bottom by 5, and I will multiply the top by 5. So that's 30, 5, that would be 80. So this is going to be 80%. So she got 80%, and this is math. This is going to be science, and she's got 19 over 25 here. This is going to be multiplied by 4 and multiplied by 4. So I have 100. Okay, if I multiplied 20 by 4, that would be 80, and then, right? And then I'm going to subtract 4, which is 76, using my number sense here, and that's going to be 76%. And then I have my beautiful little history test here. And you're going to have, and we're at 78% there. Okay, so which one did she do the best at? Well, math. Of course she did, because this is math class. All right, what I normally do when I tackle these word problems, okay, is number one, write down a statement. So I know I've answered the statement, and then you can write your answer right in there. No one ever will second guess you on that. Then I circle what do I need. Okay, everything else, who cares? Okay, and that's part of that. Okay, who cares? And if I have different colors, I would do it in different colors, but just for your sake, circle what you need and then figure out, okay, well, I'm going to have to do 3 different problems here to figure this out, although I didn't have to do any calculations here, so that I'm not stopping before I find the answer. That's what most people do, is they stop before they find the answer. All right, that's it. So be sure to come to the help sessions if you're struggling at all, and I'll see you in your class tomorrow.